All right, calculus, just going to be a quick video here over, some things we should have, be working on, looking at, getting ahead on. Again, this quiz will be on Tuesday the 1st, second I see you back. I emailed you guys almost all the answers for this, at least the answer document I've given the past years. Honestly, nothing but really regular power rule. I wouldn't use the product rule here. I just FOIL it, some hints. Write as a negative power. Make sure you write the roots correctly. Distribute here. Just use the power rule. Divide everything by x to the 4th here. Now, you guys know the product rule, okay? And you know the chain rule. So if you wanted to, you could do derivative the first times the second plus the first times derivative the second. You could distribute right away. You're going to have to simplify your answer, though. So just know that on 9 and 12, however you handle it. 11, I would just FOIL it and then take the derivative. That is a negative 42 plus 98x. So those first 12, not bad. Looking on here. Again, find the equation of the tangent line to the curve at the given point. This is x to the 1/2. You take the derivative, 1/2 x to the negative 1/2, which is 1 over 2 root x. That's the general derivative. Plug 16 in for x. That's 4 times 2, so m is 1/8. So you have y minus the y value is 1/8, x minus the x value. That's what we're looking at here. All right, on 18. So if I told you didn't need to use, so definitely no chain. There's definitely you're going to want to use product, or you have to use the quotient rule here, okay? Low D high minus high D low, all over the square of what's below. Got to use on 18 the quotient rule. All right, again, check those answers. We'll talk about this. So what you're going to have to do here first, just show me that the velocity is the derivative. Again, h of t, s of t, that's the position function. So now find the instantaneous velocity. You just plug 2.5 in for, that's not right. Now it's right, in for t. Then you plug 4 in for t, and then 1.5 in for t, and then 1 in for t. And we're talking about what? Feet per second. That's a very easy question now. On 20, all right, velocity is just the first derivative. Acceleration is just the second derivative. Find the acceleration after 2.5 seconds and that acceleration function. Plug 2.5. Find the instantaneous velocity at time t equals 3. Just plug 3 into the velocity function, which is the first derivative of s. Find the first and second derivatives. All right. 21 should be very easy. Honestly, I would just subtract a negative, basically add a power of 3 over 2 to both, right? So this would be x to the 6 over 2 third plus 5x to the 7 over 2. Take the first and second derivative. Here, FOIL it up. Inner product doubled plus 9. Take the first and second derivative. 24, easy peasy. All right, so then you've got 25 here. Just take a half power away from all those. X to the 3/2 plus 3x to the 1/2 minus, that's really x to the 0. So 0 minus a half would be 2x to the negative 1/2. On 26, I did give answers for that. Just divide everything by x. Take the derivative of that, much easier. Again, you could use product rule in 27 if you wanted to. I'd want you to simplify it, or you can distribute right away. 2 by 3, you get 6 terms. Simplify them together, and then just use the basic power rule, whatever you want. That is the quiz review. Not too bad. So we started talking. I gave you about, almost half. Well, if you count the day before, I basically gave you half of these as an example. It's very, very similar, okay? So I did think I went over that, and the ones highlighted here. All right, number 4, very easy. Just rewrite it as this. Take the derivative. On 5, if you wanted to use the product rule, you could. You could just distribute and then use the simple power rule. Divide everything by x here, folks. Make it easier on yourself. Because this does have a simple answer. And if you don't divide everything by x and simplify it at the end, you will miss a little bit of points. Okay, 7 and 8, that's something we talked about on Friday. Some chain rule there. Honestly, divide in 9, I would divide everything by x to the 1/2. You're left with that. Take the easy derivative. 10, you probably should do the chain rule. That's u squared, so it would be 2u times du dx, and then simplify your answer. You do not want to have to square that because this is 3 by 3, 9 terms. Should have talked about something like 11. Number 12, you do the chain rule here. That's u to the 1/2. So it'd be 1/2 u to the negative 1/2 times du dx. Simplify that. Should have talked something about 13, product rule involving the chain. This is just u to the 1/2. So again, 1/2 u to the negative 1/2 times du dx. No big deal there. Might have done something like that, honestly. Number 15 here, product rule and the chain rule. Derivative of the first times second plus the first. Derivative of the second involves the chain rule. 16 is basically the same question, except for a +3. Power rule and chain rule. And 17, you have the quotient rule. All right, when you do d low, you can use the chain rule, 2u times derivative of u with respect to x. Or you could square it and then take the derivative of that polynomial. Then we talked about 18, how you should distribute that through 3x squared plus 12x, and then take the derivative of that. All right, to do, then make it into the quotient rule. Okay, that homework, honestly, we can you can get it done, as a rough draft over break. I really think you should. Homework set 3, which is the last one of the semester. I'm just going to give you some hints here. First one here, product rule. Easy peasy, you can do that. All right, here you have the product with the chain. So when you take the derivative of the second, that's cosine u. So it'd be negative sine u times du dx. Here you got the product rule with the chain. Okay, derivative of the first times the second plus the first times derivative of the second. There's the chain rule. Sorry, derivative of natural log of u is 1 over u times du dx. Same thing here on 5. This third one is big on natural log u. Derivative of natural log u is 1 over u times derivative of u with respect to x. This has an interesting answer. Same thing here, sine u. So it would be cosine u times, but d dx is involved. This is a chain rule within the chain rule. Okay, that one is involved. But you can do it. And then it just kind of continues, all right? Product rule with the chain. Product rule with the chain. Product rule with the chain. Now, I did kind of give you like one of those in the quarantine here, or in the remote notes, all right? This is like b to the x, which I'll give you some more help on that. Okay, when we get back, we'll make sure to go over more of those. Now this one's pretty easy. All right, just take the derivative of both of them. That one is actually pretty easy if you look at your notes. That's just the e to the u times the derivative of u with respect to x. That's a very quick one. All right, and then the rest. Some of these you can do, like 17. 17 is easy. That one's probably in your notes, actually. And this one was very similar to the one I just put in your notes. 16, one very similar to one in your notes. All right. The 14 is not hard. It's just, cosine of u, negative sine u, du dx. 14 is pretty easy there. It's got a lot of questions, so you're going to continue. This one's got a lot of questions, so you definitely want to start early. Ooh, I like 20. How are we going to rewrite 20? It's a good one. 23 is easy. Just take derivative of both. Really, just derivatives, no rule applied there. 19 is a relatively easy chain rule. Low, d high, secant squared x, minus high, d low. E to the u would be e to the u times du dx. All over the square of what's below, e to the 4x there. All right, and we continue. What? Log base 10? Oh, man. We're going to have to learn a few more things before this is due, but I think this is due the last week of school. Sine inverse, tan inverse, cos inverse. Whoa, definitely new. So obviously you can't do all this homework set, but there's at least a lot you can do, and I would try to get a good rough draft start on this too. You can write all of your answers on this document as you can with this. Just make it very nice and easy to read. And that is it, folks. This is the last video for these 2 days. I'll see you on the 30th. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.